Welcome to another edition of Tape Don't Lie. Cam Smith, my man Tim Doyle, as we break down the prospects in this upcoming NBA draft class. And Tim, one name that took college basketball by storm was Obi Toppin out of Dayton. I mean, the glow up for him from his freshman to his sophomore year, and he was a redshirt sophomore, was phenomenal. He won every award that you could think about. National Player of the Year, first team All-AP. He was phenomenal and really had games where it didn't look like a basketball game. It was more like a dunk contest.
Yeah, if I could describe his game in emojis, it would just be like the mind blown emoji, because this guy dunks everything in sight. He shot 70% from 2-point range, but nearly 40% from three. His biggest knock going into the draft is he old as dirt. He's 22 years old. He's only a sophomore, but his ability is through the roof.
Okay, Tim, one of the big keys to Obi Toppin's game is his explosiveness and when he's scoring the basketball. So let's jump into how great this young man was. Well, at least according to his age, young, but when it comes to college basketball and basketball in general, at 22, that's not fairly young. But this is a guy that averaged 20 points and 7 rebounds a game, but it's his poise with the basketball when he has a defender on his back that allows him to be so successful.
Yeah, when I saw him in warm-ups, I was like, I'm good. I know how good he is, because he had the full offensive package. And, we bring up his age because now I feel like general managers want to be the smartest guy in the room, want to draft on potential. This guy should be a top 3 pick. Now, will he be? That's different, because they're going to lean on their age so much, because everybody else's ceiling may be a little bit higher. But on this play, check out the basketball IQ. The wherewithal to catch, not run into your defender. Oh, by the way, I'm going to throw you a little head and shoulder fake, and then finish with the offhand. How smooth.
It's beautiful. You talk about his basketball IQ, but going back to his poise that allows him to use the angles to get by defenders. And this is another situation where he uses the angle to have the defender and really uproot him and move him up the lane as the guard dribbles. And then you talked about the mind blown emoji. When you watch Obi Toppin, I go with the big eyes emoji when I see dunks like that. And he has a lot more better dunks that we've seen in the course of his college basketball season at Dayton that allowed himself to be just a phenomenal guy. That's the big eye emoji that I want to use when I see Obi Toppin and he dunks on cats like that. It's that, again, quick twitch muscles that we talk about so much in basketball and sports in general that Obi Toppin has.
When I see this particular play, I think of Shawn Marion, who was an NBA All-Star time and time again. His athleticism reminds me of Shawn Marion, who won an NBA championship, Chicago guy. I've been on the floor with him a bunch and played with him. And it's just throw it up. And that's how the Matrix was. That was Marion's nickname. That's what Obi reminds me of. Just throw it up and he's going to be able to catch it. I think this guy, if you want to take him number 1, I totally understand. I don't think he's going to end up going number 1. But you got the big eyes there. I got the drool emoji on that one, because he's up, 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 and away.
Yeah, that replay right there definitely is reminiscent of the Matrix Shawn Marion. And I love that we're throwing these emojis out, too. So we're just going to keep this thing going when we talk about this. But this is a part of his game where I'm going to do this emoji, like the no, stop it, the X emoji, because you talked about him, how he steps outside and he's can sometimes knock down threes, but at the most part is not high on the scouting report, and he's going to need to develop that game when he gets to the next level, because at 6'9", he's not going to be able to jump over everyone inside the paint and get dunks that we've seen at Dayton last season. He's going to have to step his game out and really grow his game to knock down shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you say that. You could tell that the shot is a work in progress, and he shoots it really slow. I'm okay with all that. The fact that he shot 39% last year from 3, and he made just about 1 3 a game, that shows me all right, there's hope here. Yes, it's not a finished product, but we talk about Shawn Marion, and I love you, Shawn, but that jump shot is broke, all right? And I know you've been made fun of before with it. I love you to death, but Shawn Marion's jump shot was a whole nother issue. Obi Toppin, at least when he shoots it, it looks like it might go in. Every time Shawn made a shot, I was like, did that actually go in? So Obi Toppin, athleticism crazy, but the jumper, obviously a work in progress.
Tim, let's continue to peel back the layers on Obi Toppin's game. Now, we looked at his athleticism and his scoring, but let's look at his passing. And this is one of the ways that he's able to really make a huge impact on the game, especially last season at Dayton. He knows he's the man. He knows he's going to draw a lot of attention, but this is the unselfish side of Obi Toppin where he's able to get teammates involved and set them up beautifully like that pass there.
Yeah, I think he's just an overall basketball player. I think he's going to get labeled as a leaper and just a freak athlete, but there's a little bit more to his overall game. Now, his father, Obadiah, which is actually Obi's real name is Obadiah, which, no offense, Obi's better. Like his dad played ball, like USBL, played at Globe Institute in New York City. And Obi is a Brooklyn-born guy, so he's got some flair to his game. Like he's got some feel that I'm sure Anthony Grant didn't put him in position to be like, all right, Obi, you're going to be our playmaker. It's like, no, Obi, you got to dunk everything in sight. But he has that to his game, and that's just, I think that's, like you said, another layer that doesn't get talked about, but it's in his arsenal.
It really is. And keep this in mind, Obi Toppin wasn't always 6'9". When he was in high school, his junior year in high school, he was only maybe about 6'2", 6'3". So he's had a tremendous growth spurt in that time from when he was a junior to his time at Dayton when he was a redshirt sophomore and leaving to go to the NBA. So he started out as a guard. So I think that plays a part in him being able to see the floor and hit his teammates. But some of these passes are next level stuff. And this is what I love about him here. Watch this pass. All these passes that we've seen in the clips have been right in the shooter's pocket. So all they have to do, and the teammate didn't do this on this part, I don't know why, but just raise up and shoot the basketball. That's all you got to do. Obi averaged 2 assists per game for Dayton this past season. He could have averaged 5 or 6 more if his teammates were able to make the right decisions instead of kind of getting a little tunnel vision.
Yeah, I think that's why Tape Don't Lie does a real deep dive into overall feel. And I think he's going to get labeled or stereotyped as, just an athlete, but he's so much more than that. And there is a feel to his game. And that's why I'm so high on him, because he's 22 years old. Hey, there's a lot of 22-year-old sophomores, all right? Tommy Boy was one of them. He went to college for like 9 years. And then myself, okay, I was a 22-year-old sophomore. I didn't graduate college till I was 24. I used to go to the dorms in like a big raincoat and be like, does anybody want booze or cigarettes? I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But I was old, all right? And Obi's old, but one thing about Obi is that guy can play.
Well, you're bringing up Tommy Boy, and I have to go with this line right here. John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. But Obi Toppin, when he gets to the next level, let's get back to his passing ability. He's going to be able to have teammates to make the right decision when he makes that cross-court pass, as we saw those clips, and be able to knock down shots. So that's just a case of him being 22, more experienced, playing with younger guys. But when he gets to the league, he'll be doing just fine with those passes and getting assists. Tim, we looked at all the offensive skills that Obi Toppin has. Let's look at the defensive side of the basketball, and we know this. NBA means pick and roll. Can you defend it? If you can't defend it, then they're going to continue to run it over and over and over again. Let's find some clips where we can see where Obi Toppin, with as athletic as he is, doesn't really utilize that natural ability to make himself a formidable defender.
Yeah, but that just comes down to like energy and effort. You know that. Like Obi was being asked to do a lot. We saw his passing ability and obviously his leaping ability, but no doubt about it, Cam. Like this is another level. Like think about the greats of all time. Like they don't just say Michael Jordan scored the basketballs. They know Michael Jordan played both ends of the floor, and this is a part of his game that, yeah, he's going to have to improve on moving his feet. When you can jump like this, you get lazy because you're like, I don't have to move my feet. Like I could always contest the shot because of my jumping ability. And that's definitely an aspect of his game, moving his feet side to side, lateral quickness. It's there. It just needs to be kind of there all the time at a consistent level.
And that's why you are Tim Doyle, because that's a great point, that he relies on his athleticism so much that he feels that even if he gets beat off the ball, that he can try and use his athleticism to get blocks. But this situation here, he's beat already. The opponent knows that, hey, if you're not going to give me any contact or any resistance, I'm just going to duck in right into you. And this is the situation for Obi Toppin. If he's going to be able to thrive or have some kind of impact on the next level defensively, he can't get pinned and have lazy feet where guys are just going to score right over the top of him.
Yeah, no, well said. I mean, that's what Santos Silva does from VCU. He does kind of play bully ball with you, and he bullied Obi on that play. And I think this is just a mental breakdown here. Like, you got to be more wherewithal. Good job stepping out. And then on the switch, like, he kind of got taken there. And I like the fact that he
Yeah.
forced the offensive player to his offhand, but you got to be better on the ball defender.
Yeah, at 6'9", you're going to go up against guys like Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard, of course, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Can you be able to get down in the stand and at least hold them up enough or force them into a bad shot to where you're saving yourself on the defensive end? But this is a situation where we see Obi with the block and then gets that pass out. The team gets the pass out to the Dayton player for the layup. So Obi Toppin, again, as great as he is athletically, will need to be able to work on ball defending and pick and roll situations, because we know at 6'9", he's going to be involved in a lot of that.
Yeah, and that's something where with no combine or no individual workouts, that's somewhere where he really could have thrived and shown GMs what he can do. So that could end up hurting or helping him as far as his draft stock. I talked about Sean Marion. He's got a little Amari Stoudemire in his game. I think he's going to be crazy explosive at the next level, and I would not be surprised if he is a top 3 pick. If I was a GM, I'd probably take him number 1.